We're talking to Mr. Kenneth Caine, and the issue is the Nashville Black Coalition, National Black Coalition. Of course, the purpose of that coalition, as you've indicated, Mr. Caine, is to try to focus on issues that are some concern to African Americans in various communities across the nation. But now, one of the real issues that we've had to deal with has to do with a large number of young people, especially African American males, who have been disfranchised primarily because of their connection or their contact with the criminal justice system. Let's talk about the impact that is having upon Africans, African Americans.
Right. Well, as it turns out with me, I was driving down 8th Avenue one evening, and I got pulled over by a cop, and he asked for my license and all this stuff. So I gave him all of that, and he told me that that there's a warrant out for my arrest for a ticket that I had not paid, a traffic ticket. I believe it was a parking ticket. And so, of course, I assured the man that I had paid that ticket, and but I was arrested. He took me downtown, and they booked me. And so there I was, in shock. And then I noticed I was surrounded by brothers. Young brothers, older brothers, not just African Americans, of course there were whites there, a few Hispanics, but primarily it was young African American males. And so as I sat there, after several hours, it dawned on me that these fellas may not have gone to Tennessee State University. Many of them didn't finish high school. And many of them didn't appear to have a lot of money to really afford any kind of legal help, And so it dawned on me that we are in great trouble. And so I was touched by that. My spirit was moved, I have to say. And so when I went to a meeting with our group and told my story, I was traumatized by it, by the way. Never been arrested before, And so we felt moved to do something about this issue of felony disenfranchisement. And so as we did research, talked to lawyers, we found out that no one's really dealing with this issue. And that it's affecting millions and millions of people all across the country. I think Tennessee had at least 100,000 people.
That fall into that category.
Yes. And so, but now, most of the crimes were for little petty crimes. They were not for violent crimes. They were for things like maybe having a small amount of, marijuana, things like that. And so what really shocked us was what it did in essence. They were experiencing sort of a death in terms of our society. We call it civil death, a term that was really coined back during the 18th century in Europe, where they could find a way to kind of weed people out of the political structure. And so that's what a felony does for people. I mean, you can't vote, but not only that, you can't get school loans, you can't get college loans, you can't get business loans.
Anything from the government in a real sense.
Right. And so its impact, of course, on the family structure, when you have a wife, children, and yet you're faced with this awesome impediment of being locked out of society.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes. And so since that time, we have been assembling various lawyers around town. We set up shop at a library, someplace like that, or at a church.